question that had been nagging at me resurfaces. You mentioned this being the main continent. Are there others? Waldrein nods, a hint of excitement in his eyes. I wondered when you were going to ask. To the east lies the Elven continent, which is, for the most part, one giant forest. There seem to be a lot of forest here, I mutter sarcastically under my breath. If Waldrein hears my comment, he doesn't acknowledge it. The western continent belongs to the dwarves, he continues, and to the southeast you'll find the remains of the Beastkin continent. Remains? That doesn't sound good. My curiosity piqued, I ask, have you been to any of these other continents? I've had the pleasure of visiting both the Elven and Dwarven lands, Waldrein replies, a faraway look in his eyes. But I've never set foot on the Beastkin continent. Is that all of them? I probe, sensing there might be more to the story. Waldrein's response is measured, almost careful. Those are the ones most adventurers will find themselves exploring, and believe me, there's plenty of adventure to be had there. He pauses before adding, there are others, but you'll discover those in time. Something about his tone strikes me as suspicious, but my question dies in my throat as I suddenly realize we've emerged from the dense forest into a stunning view. I'd been so caught up in our conversation about history and demons that I'd completely missed our approach to a lake. The water stretches out before us, its surface like polished glass in the afternoon light. Tall reeds sway gently along the shoreline, their stalks creating gentle ripples where they meet the water. The opposite shore curves gracefully, decorated with a mix of weathered rocks and ancient trees that lean out over the water, their branches creating dappled shadows on the surface. A family of waterfowl glides serenely across the distance, leaving gentle V-shaped wakes behind them. It's even more beautiful than the lake by Waldrein's cottage. As I refill the canteen, my attention is drawn to the faint, magical glow of the purification enchantment. The water seems to shimmer with tiny motes of light, like stars swimming beneath the surface. They swirl in a mesmerizing pattern, creating delicate spirals that pulse with a rhythm that feels almost alive. Could you teach me how to do that? I ask, gesturing at the enchantment, still captivated by the memory of what I'd just witnessed. Waldrein considers for a moment. You don't know how spellcraft works, do you? No clue, I respond. Waldrein settles on a nearby rock, looking out over the lake. Each individual person is born attached to the Eisenkender, or the great mana tree. Each person possesses a supply of Eisenkender's gift, though the amount can grow with experience and understanding. He holds up one finger. When you call forth a spell, you have knowledge of the spell and what it does. This is called visualize, but others call it knowledge. Waldrein holds his hand up, chest high. With the other hand, he holds up another finger. Form. With our mind, we call forth the spell because we know it like our own thoughts. We know its shape and size. He holds up a third finger. Then we activate it. Lucerna Flamma. A small fire appears in his palm. The flame glows brightly while still contained within his hand. With the words of power, a spell is activated. Candlelight is one of the simplest spells for anyone to learn. I move closer to the flame, bending down to observe it. It's a real fire emanating from his palm. No tricks, no hidden torch, just real magic. By changing any aspect of the 3 steps of spellcraft, a spell can be changed as easily as changing your mind. The candlelight turns a blazing orange and begins to swirl around until it resembles an actual ball of fire. That's the simplified version as it was explained to me. And you say you can't teach me anything. There's more to it than that, Waldrein continues. All sorts of questions and mysteries regarding the art of spellcraft. I learned the basics to back up my swordsmanship. So you can wield a spell and sword at the same time? It's what's kept me alive for this long. Waldrein moves aside, gesturing to a spot near the lake's edge. Now you try it. Recreate the spell I just used. I take the offered position, trying to remember his instructions. Visual, I begin, but Waldrein holds up a finger. Visualize, he corrects. I close my eyes, picturing a flame in my palm, just like the one Waldrein created. This part isn't hard. The image forms easily in my mind. Form comes next. I shape the flame in my thoughts, seeing how it tapers at the end, how it dances and flickers. Waldrein hums a strange tune I don't recognize, the melody surprisingly calming. My mind settles, and the imagined flame becomes so clear I could swear I feel its warmth. The final step is activate. But how do I flip that switch? The answer comes slowly, like a dawning realization. Hey, Waldrein, what were those words you used to activate the spell? Lucerna Flamma. Lucerna Flamma, I repeat slowly, tasting each syllable. Nothing happens, but I feel a tingle down my spine. I try again, speaking more deliberately, willing each word with purpose and intent. After a minute, heat waves shimmer above my palm, and then nothing. The sensation fades, leaving my hand frustratingly flameless. I glance at Waldrein. He must sense my frustration because he says, "It's okay not to get it on your first try, as long as you understand the basics." You felt it though, didn't you? I nod, still staring at my empty palm, wanting the flame to appear. Don't be discouraged, Waldrein says, securing his canteen. Magic isn't something to rush into anyway. One wrong move. He glances meaningfully at the surrounding forest. I've seen what untrained magic can do to a perfectly good landscape.